live, I suppose. What's up? Welcome. Just a little surprise live stream, if you will. Just going to click a few things away so I can see if my audio works. I think it's working. Just going to do a quick little live stream today in English and later on probably on my Dutch channel too. Just to want to do a quick update because I don't really have a lot of time to prepare a fully fledged video for today because I'm a little bit short on time because of a few things I'm going to talk about later on in this live stream. So first of all, I'm going to be on holidays for a week, more or less. I'm going to be leaving tomorrow and I'm going to be back on next week, Friday, I believe. So that is, what day is that? That is going to be the 23rd of July. Then I'm going to be back. So then you can probably expect a regular video from me or potentially even a live stream on Friday the 23rd. Yes, 23rd. And until that, yeah, I'm just going to be on holidays for a while. So you, won't see me for a second. So maybe you want to check me out on Instagram, by the way, if you want to do so. Let's actually change the scene for a second. Or do I want to change the scene? No, not yet. If you want to check me out on Instagram or Twitter, you can follow me on twitter.com/wearenesami or instagram.com/wearenesami. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to be on holidays for about a week. And what's up, everyone in here? Welcome, welcome. I'm going to be away for about a week or so. I just wanted to give you a quick little update as well about my car. Well, my car, not really my car, definitely not my car. I was actually, yesterday I went to a place in the Netherlands nearby Amsterdam to check out a car. But when I arrived there, apparently the owner of the car had already sold it like 5 minutes before I arrived. So that was a little bit of a shame. I've never went to see a car. And as you might know, I'm currently looking for a car. Because the only vehicle that I've owned in my life is my sister's bike, which is not a joke. So yeah, the first time that this 30-year-old boy is going to get a car. Pretty cool. Anyways, apart from the car part, I'm also spending quite some time on creating a program about investing for beginners for Dutch people. I already created a course for English people, but I haven't really promoted it yet, or well, it's not really live at this very moment. So I'm first going to concentrate myself a little bit more on the Dutch people and see if there's enough people that would like to have a program about investing for beginners. So I'm going to talk about like financial analysis, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and much, much more. So that's what I'm really, really busy with right now. I think my program is going to be like 90 to 100 videos or so. Just very short videos though, but yeah, it's probably going to be around like 5 hours in total. And right now I've done about like 15 videos, so I definitely have a long way to go. I actually would like to have it finished before the end of July. And yeah, then hopefully focus in August on the marketing part to see how I'm actually going to market the program about investing for beginners in Dutch. If you want to check out why I'm doing all of this, because being on YouTube, creating this program, these are all just, what do you call them, stepping stones? Yeah, stepping stones for my longer adventure, if you will, my longer term mission. I'm actually going to switch scenes for a second. What's up, Kevin, Isaac? Hi. That's not what I want. That's not what I want either. It looks like I need to switch a few things around. Let's see. Let's do this Firefox. That's not really what I want either. I probably need to switch my my displays. It's a little bit messed up. I just noticed that we had a what do you call it? So now you see my first display. It's kind of funny. Now you can see how OBS works. So this is the software I'm using to record all of this, but apparently it's taking the wrong display. So I kind of need to change the properties. I'm going to properties right now, and now it should be not done. Okay, we're going to change the properties again. We're going to go to the second display, done. Well, for some reason it doesn't really work, so okay. Or is it because I changed this one? Ah, this is the right one. Okay, so that should be working. There we go. That looks better. There looks better. Sorry for that, but hopefully that's okay. Now you can check a little bit like how this all works and how you can how I do this stuff. This is OBS. No, this is not OBS. This is Streamlabs OBS. What's up, Kai? What's up, Kai? Let's actually quickly go to nesami.com/mission. So if you want to know a little bit more about why I'm doing things on YouTube and why I'm creating this program, check out my mission, because I have a way broader, a way bigger mission than what I'm actually doing at this very moment. So it's going to be way more than what I'm doing right now. So if you want a little bit more information, check out the mission. There's also going to be a slight newsletter where you can stay up to date about everything I am doing. So you can just leave your name and email address, click on submit, and then you're actually going to have to confirm your subscription. And then I am actually going to send you beautiful newsletters with some updates. You can also join a community. This is mainly meant for people who join the mission, who want to support me on my mission. And by the way, my mission is to teach people how to manage their money so they can lead financially healthier lives. So if you want to be behind that mission, if you want to share your opinions, your ideas, your suggestions, your feedback, you can do so by going to the community. This is free, by the way. It's just a Discord community. It's a super duper small right now because it's just getting started. But yeah, if you want to join, you can simply click on this button and you're going to be brought to the Discord community. And this is the roadmap. So basically, this is what I'm about to do, what I have already done, and what I'm about to do in the next coming months and also years. So, and some questions you can check out too. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's talk a little bit about a few updates before I get into the chat. First of all, I saw that the PPI also rose to 7.3% in June. This is the producer price index. The CPI yesterday already rose to 5.4% year over year. And yeah, these are quite insane increases. People, or at least the Federal Reserve, keeps saying that inflation is temporary, but it doesn't really look that way. So let's see if this is actually going to be an issue or not, and if this is going to be good or bad for Bitcoin and gold and stocks in general. What's up, Yuho? What's up, Kai? Welcome. What is up? Let's actually go to a few charts. I want to go over a few things before I dive into the chat. I was a little bit dissatisfied, if you will, with myself, because a while ago I was actually taking off profits, and Yuho probably knows that. I actually was taking profits off of my STEM position, which you might know because I created a video about STEM, telling people that I was selling STEM, not the entire position, but just a portion of my position. And later on I added, or I sold a little bit more actually. So this was 3 weeks ago, basically at the top more or less. And now we are definitely diving to the downside. So technical analysis definitely seemed to work out pretty well over here. So I'm very happy with that. Did the same thing with Lemonade. I also took some off my position more or less at, I think, 106. I actually looked it up in Discord. Let's go to the updates. So this is, by the way, a Discord you can also join. Yuho is in it, by the way. You can join it by going to nesami.com/discord. This is a paid Discord, so this is where I share all my research. I've got a lot of research over here, and I also share my buy and sell alerts. And a while ago, which was when was that? STEM Absolute Beast? No. When did I say that I took some off? STEM taking off 9% of my position, and also Lemonade taking off 9% of my position at 106.69. So that was definitely a little bit higher than where we are now. It was around this position over here, and now we are definitely going to the downside. Hopefully to this blue box, and hopefully not below that blue box. I do think this blue box is going to be relatively significant as support. Now the thing is, I wanted to, or I probably should have done the same thing for ChartPoint, to be very honest with you, because I was looking at the chart and I was basically seeing the exact same things as for STEM and Lemonade. So honestly, I probably should have taken profits on my ChartPoint position. That's probably a mistake by me. We were running into this resistance. The indicators were turning a little bit bearish, and yeah, honestly, I probably should have taken off some of my position, but hey, here we are, and a little bit too late for that just now. But yeah, a slight mistake on my end, to be very honest with you. Lemonade STEM, we already talked about that. We already talked about Discord. We already checked out the, if you want to know a little bit more information about why I sold STEM, check out this video, which says STEM stock valuation and technical analysis. Say this. And then I explain why I think the top might be in for a second or two. I want to talk a little bit about Upwork. We saw that Upwork had been breaking out a little bit, especially yesterday on the 13th of July. We were closing on new all-time highs compared to the previous all-time highs on a very, very high volume bar. So that was pretty good to see. So now the question is, is this a fake out, or are we actually going to go higher? Now today's price action suggests that we might actually have seen a fake out, but I wouldn't confirm it just yet. Yeah, we have definitely been going down, but let's see if we're going to have more buying pressure over here. Looks like here's some volume picking up already, so potentially we are getting some more buying action over here, but maybe that's not the case. And then if it's not the case, if it seems to be going down according to the indicators and according to some other technical analysis, I might take off some of my position over here too, and I might add that money into Ag Eagle, because I do think that Ag Eagle right now seems to be a little bit well, it definitely has taken a big beating. So I might take the money from Upwork, not all the money, of course, but just like 10%, maybe 15%, and put that in Ag Eagle instead, because we are approaching important support over here, and indicators are relatively low, and valuation is becoming a little bit cheaper. And yeah, well, this is definitely a trickier play and a long-term play and a riskier play, but I do think the risk reward is getting more and more interesting for Ag Eagle. So I might add a little bit to my position over there. Let's then also talk a little bit about Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a very, very interesting day. Now, the people in the Discord might know that I was talking about this range. Let's actually zoom in a little bit. So let's make it a little bit bigger. I was talking about this range basically between 31.5 thousand and 36,000. And I was basically saying if we close a daily candlestick below this level of 31.5K more or less, mainly because of these levels over here, because of this low in place and this low in place too, but also because of the lower Bollinger Band, then I do think we might see a breakout to the downside. And if we close above the 36,000 level because of this top in place and the upper side of the Bollinger Bands, with enough volume, of course, because I always want to see good volume, then we might see a breakout to the downside. Now, the funny thing is, if we go actually to the 1 minute chart, let's actually go back to auto and scroll out a little bit and go to the left-hand side, we see that the 1 minute chart bounced exactly on that price level I was looking at. It's actually a 31.6K instead of 31.5K, but well, slight differences if you're talking about well, an asset that's trading at the $32.8 thousand. But it's kind of funny to see that the 1 minute chart bounced exactly on that level of 31.6K. So that was pretty good to see. And now we are, yeah, making higher highs on the 1 hour chart and higher lows on the 1 hour chart. I'm not entirely sure if this has to do with the PPI data and CPI data, because yesterday, of course, we had a red day for Bitcoin. Yesterday, we went down 1.1%, but now we might be safe for another few days, and yeah, we might just be going sideways for another few days. I do think, however, that we will see a breakout, potentially this week still, or potentially next week. And I do think so because, let's actually zoom in a little bit here, because the volume is declining a lot. And if you put a little line on this, you can see that it's basically trading within this triangle that's going to the downside. Usually when it's like 75% full, you do see a breakout of volume happening to either side. Well, the volume, of course, breaking to the upside, but the range-bound price action breaking out to either the upside or the downside. Currently, I'm not entirely sure which side I would pick. I think I'm just going to wait and see if we're going to break below 31.6 per 31.5K and 36K. So let's see what is going to happen in the next coming trading days and potentially weeks ahead. Something else I was looking at, and I hadn't really noticed it before. I did take a look at this chart a while ago, but this is something that is getting more and more interest in the world of NFTs. If you don't know a lot about NFTs, maybe check it out, non-fungible tokens. This is in the crypto world. I compared it a little bit with the museums of the crypto world. And it's kind of interesting because Axie Infinity, I don't really know anything about this project, but it's like a game with NFTs or so. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but this graph is just insane because while crypto has been going down, this has gone up. Let's see, from, well, basically the bottom to the top, like 600% in just 3 weeks time. So it's kind of insane. And it looks like this game is picking up a lot of attention. And this is becoming like the hype in the world of NFTs. So right now, I probably wouldn't get into it. I don't know if the valuation is super high right now or not, which always is a little bit more difficult to know for cryptos, of course, but it does look kind of interesting. And well, maybe if you see a major pullback, maybe it is time to start a position in something like this. But honestly, I don't know anything about it, so please do your own research. I think it's called Axie Infinity, AXIE Infinity. And yeah, check it out. Check it out. Cool. Then I'll jump quickly in the chat. And if there's nothing else today, then I'm just going to end the stream later on and hop on the Dutch channel to do a similar live stream over there. Because I just want to keep this a little bit short. The thing is that I'm working on quite a lot of stuff, as I've mentioned in the beginning of this video, on the program for Dutch people about investing for beginners. And I definitely want to spend as much time on that program as possible, probably for the next couple of weeks ahead. So probably until the end of July. As I said, I'm going to be gone for 1 week, but the 2 weeks after that, I'm probably going to be mainly focused on creating that program. Okay. So I think Kevin Isaac says, thanks for the call out, no problem. And Kai asked the question, institution holdings on TPGY seems to be growing. I don't think there's any new news, right? Yeah, that's right. We saw a few days ago that there was some kind of insider trading, apparently. Some like Light Street Capital Management firm or whatever. They were buying millions of, not millions of shares, but millions of dollars worth of shares, of TPGY shares. And according to some people, this was an insider. So it could be that they know a little bit more than we do, and potentially we see more news coming up later on this week. Now, I made a video about TPGY a little bit like a few weeks ago. I'm not entirely sure when that was. I'm going to take a sip on my water and look for the video. Okay, so this video over here, EVBox Big Changes, I believe that was my latest video about EVBox, about TPGY, potentially, hopefully, merging with TPGY. And the thing is, I believe I said something that the deadlines had been changed a little bit, or the deadline had been extended, of course, to, I believe, August 6th from the top of my head. And the thing is, EVBox, so the charging station company, which is part of Engie, the French parent company, EVBox has 3 weeks, no, sorry. EVBox needs to deliver their financial statements of last year to TPGY, the SPAC. The SPAC and EVBox have agreed that August 6th is the deadline to agree on a merger or not. TPGY, the SPAC, has said to EVBox that they need about 3 weeks to look at the financial statements of EVBox. If you take into account that August 6th is the deadline for the entire merger, and if you go back in time 3 weeks, then you would arrive at July, let's see, and then you would arrive at July 16th, this Friday, right? So July 16th could potentially be the deadline for EVBox to deliver their results, their financial statements, to TPGY, the SPAC. Hopefully that all makes sense. Basically, in short, I think the company, EVBox, might have a deadline as July 16th, and then the merger deadline is August 6th. So it still could take weeks and weeks until we actually know what is going to happen. But no, to be answering your question, Kai, no, there's no news about TPGY just yet. If there is news, you will likely see it in the stock price. If you see the stock price go up, well, I don't know, 50% in a day, or down 20% in a day, then you probably know there's news. SoFi has been hard to look at, says Kai. Let's take a look-see daisy, shall we? Yeah, it definitely is hard to look at, for sure. Yeah, it's a little bit similar to what I've been seeing with other stocks, a little bit like ChargePoint, of course, that we were making lower lows, and well, let's take a look. We were just going up and down until we reached a certain point where it just went up in a almost straight line. And after that straight line, we simply had to rebound, or not rebound, but correct a little bit, had a massive pullback. But I do see that a lot of volume has been created over the past 2 weeks or so. So I'm kind of wondering why this went down so much. Kind of wonder why this happened. You probably know more about that than I do, because it did go down 11% on one day, and that is when the whole like volume increase started. So probably something happened on June 25th or June 24th would be my guess. But again, you probably know more about that than I do. But yeah, definitely a little bit hard to look at. This could potentially, currently looking at technical analysis, go down even further back to the level of around $14.75. I would not mind seeing that happening, and it could definitely be a possibility. Let's check out some indicators. This is still going to the downside, but RSI is getting relatively low. This is getting relatively low too. Yeah, so far I don't really see any reason for upside at this very moment in time. But I suppose you could potentially go down to a 1 hour chart and wait for an uptrend, of course. So higher lows and higher highs, and that could potentially be the reason for, or the start of a reversal. Yuho says, people think that SoFi had a pipe lockup ending. Okay. Already? Interesting. Could be. Squarehead says, that's an interesting name. Nesami has some of the most interesting analysis. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you for saying that. That's very kind of you. And Yuho also says EVgo tanking with ChargePoint. I actually don't know how EVgo is trading right now, but yeah, it's definitely going back to the previous lows, kind of. We can actually create a range of lows more or less over here. And I would make a nice little box of that, a nice little rectangle over here, all the way down here. So I do think this blue box could act as a box of support. If we go below that, it could be a little bit problematic, but not sure if there's going to be a lot of volume to go even further. Indicators still look bearish to me. So yeah, we can definitely go to the downside even more. And I suppose that, just like Yuho says, is not very good for ChargePoint. This seems to be ready for breaking down even further, potentially even going back to $20 per share. Yeah, which is very unfortunate because this went up like, how much? Like 80% or so? From $20 to like 30 to 35? Yeah, 80%. So yeah, I and my fellow ChargePoint shareholders were very happy here. And I wish I probably should have taken some profits off the table at the same time when I was taking some off the table of Lemonade, Stem, and Xpeng. And I should have taken some off the table for ChargePoint 2, I believe, but hey. But yeah, this could be an opportunity. It could start to become an opportunity kind of soon. It's going to be 23rd of this month, so I would wait until then. The lockup, I suppose, the lockup ending of the pipe for SoFi. Cool, okay. Squarehead says you're awesome. You're awesome! You've got a square head. That's kind of awesome. If I would have a square head, I think I would be very popular, so... Okay, cool. I think I'm going to leave you off already, unless we see anything else in the charts that I would like to look at. Upward kind of nasty right now. Workhorse is really nasty as well. Let's check out crypto for a second. Bitcoin a little bit down again. Ethereum doing pretty well. Link of a Polkadot is a little bit miserable. Yeah, okay. I think that's everything I want to talk about for now. I think I'm going to leave you. I'm going to do a quick little live stream. And so did you buy a car, says Yuho. I asked, or I told a little bit about the story before, but well, I'll tell it again. Quick story was that I had an appointment with the guy who was selling the car. He had like a kind of like a garage with like, I don't know, 50 cars. And I made an appointment with the guy. I had said, well, for this price, I'll pick up the car if I like the car, because I was doing a test ride, right? So I went there with a friend of mine. And when we arrived, he said to me, well, I'm very sorry, but I just sold the car to someone else like 5 minutes ago. So we went there for like nothing. I had to bike to my friend's house, which was like half an hour. We had to go to Amsterdam, which was like almost like 40 minutes or so. And then we were there. He said that, yeah, he just sold the car 5 minutes ago. Then we had to go back 40 minutes and I had to go back on my bike 30 minutes. So we lost like a few hours of time there. That was very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. KW says, okay, that's the last thing I'm going to answer. VIH, I enjoyed your video. Think breaks all-time high. It's below, it's below. It is below NAV, net asset value. What is the stock symbol right now? I don't actually know anymore. Which was the company again? I don't know. Wait, let's actually check it out. VIH, SPAC. Money something? Money, I don't know. Backed? Ah, backed. Okay, backed. Backed. Right. Backed. No. Where's the stock? Is the stock gone? Or is it one of these? Oh, wait, it's here. I didn't see it. What the hell? I think I'm blind. Anyways. Yeah, looks marginal. Very marginal, honestly. Brace all-time high. It's below NAV. Yeah, honestly, I would probably just wait until we have a definite merger, and then I might start a position. If I would start a position, I'm not going to start a position in Backed because I'm already very deep into crypto. But if you would like to start a position, I'd probably wait until the merger is definitive. I keep not knowing how to pronounce that word. But yeah, so far it's just a boring AF. This has been going sideways for what is it, like 4 months now? So a little bit boring. Anyways, I'll leave you off here. I'm going to jump on the Dutch channel. By the way, if you don't know that I have a Dutch channel, maybe check out Nesami Slim Beleggen. Nesami Slim Beleggen. Just has like 20 subscribers. 23, let's go. I'm going to be live on this channel, hopefully in like 5 minutes or so, if it actually works today, because last time I wanted to try it, I had to wait like 24 hours, so hopefully that is not the case anymore. So I'm going to leave you off here. Thank you very much for your time over here. If you have any questions, of course, let me know in the comments below, or check out the Discord. The mission Discord is for free, but we don't really talk about stocks there, we just talk about the mission. And then the other Discord is not for free, it is a premium Discord.